Welcome back to Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. My name is Brad Pomerantz. I'm glad you're with us. Our guest is Holly Mitchell. She's a member of the California State Assembly. And I want to speak with you about some potential tax initiatives that will be on the ballot this fall. We don't know exactly which ones, if any, will be there, but let's talk about the governor's tax initiative. That would increase sales tax for a time, increase taxes on highest income wage earners for a time. What do you make of this initiative?
Well, you know, I'm a member of the Assembly Budget Committee. I chair Sub 1, which is the subcommittee that oversees health and human services. And so I see the face of California every budget hearing, people who come up who are really deeply concerned about the proposed cut. So I see that side up close and personal, which makes it easy for me to support any revenue-generating ballot initiative.
Okay, but let me ask you about that, because Californians generally have been generous with tax initiatives, but the state has not passed a statewide tax increase since 2004. Do you think that in November 2012, with arguably an improving economy, the voters will be willing to pass a statewide tax increase?
I think they are. My constituents, my friends and neighbors are experiencing the realities of multiple years of cuts. We see what's happening to our K through 12 system. We see what's happening to higher ed. We see what's happening to child care and health services for all of California. I think people are prepared, even though it hurts. This notion that the highest income earners pay a little more, this notion that all of us can reach into our pockets and contribute a little bit more, I think people are going to be willing to sacrifice.
One of the biggest challenges to the governor's tax initiative is not from the right, but from the left, from other progressive groups. There are two competing initiatives, one from the California Teachers Federation, which would increase taxes on high-income wage earners, one from a well-known civil rights lawyer, Molly Munger, which would increase income taxes on almost everyone. If all three initiatives wind up on the ballot, voters are confused.
They are, and it's a mess. And I think if all three end up on the ballot, we end up in November, I as a legislator having to figure out how to cut another $4 billion out of an already very delicate, fractured budget. I think if they're all on it, perhaps none of them win.
So, as I said to Controller John Chung recently, you're a member of no party, no organized party, you're a Democrat. So, Democrats, I mean, are you getting together, the three groups, to somehow figure out which measure goes forward?
Absolutely. I know the governor's having conversations, leadership in my house are having conversations. And what's important, I held my district budget town hall about a week ago. And what's important from my perspective is recognizing what ballot box budgeting has done to the state of California and how it's tied my hands as a legislator. The other two create, you know, special fund opportunities, roll the dollars down to the local level, but counties don't fund some of these critical state-funded programs. From my perspective, bring new revenue into the state, yes. Bring new revenue into the general fund so your elected leaders can make critical decisions on behalf of California is what's important.
While bringing that new revenue in may be of benefit to the state, there's a bigger issue, and it's how we tax. I have heard from the controller, from the treasurer, from many of your colleagues that the way we tax is not effective. Everyone's excited for the Facebook IPO because that will bring in a lot of money to the coffers of the state. But we can't wait for IPOs. We need to have a more equitable tax system. Is there any movement in Sacramento to really look at how we tax?
Lots of conversations, some individual bills. There was lots of hopes that some of the kind of third-party think tanks, California Forward and others, would really come up with a major reform of our very antiquated tax system. Nothing that I've seen that has really gained traction, which allows us to kind of fall back on these ballot initiatives as our savior, and generally they're not. Yes, I'm supporting the governor's initiative because I think it's the best way to bring money into the state now.
Her name is Holly Mitchell, member of the California State Assembly. I'm Brad Pomerantz. Thanks for watching Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. Back to HLN.